Hello, hello. Happy Tuesday. Happy September. I can't believe we're actually almost out of September, just less than another week, and it will be October. So crazy. I feel like this year started off a little slow, and now it's like zooming by. I'm very excited for y'all to hear from these ladies today. They all of them are in my top PPA for this whole organization. They're in the top 20. Very, very excited to hear from them and what they're doing because, we hear all the time, if you've been here a while, we hear, oh, everybody knows about Thrive. Everybody's thriving and everybody I know thrives and everybody that I meet is thriving. And I I know, I feel you. I understand the feeling because we do make friends with other thrivers and they're in our feed and then we see them. So then we feel like everybody is thriving. But I promise you, this is not the case, or else these brand new people coming on would not be able to get new people. So we're going to give you all the tips and tricks of the people that are right now bringing in brand new people. What are they doing? How are they doing it? All the things. Allie, do you care if we start with you? You're like the first person I saw. Okay, so go ahead and unmute. Is it not unmuting?
Okay.
There.
I got my Brittany with me. She knows how to work all this stuff. I don't.
Gotta have the techie friend. Okay. Is
Yes.
that your daughter?
It is my daughter. Yes.
Hello. Okay. So go ahead and real quick just share with us who you are, how you started thriving, or how long have you been thriving, and then we'll get into questions on what you're doing.
Okay. I'm Allison Otto. I started thriving 3 weeks ago, actually. But I had followed Steffi G for it'll be 6 years on Facebook, just watching her, the things she's done, the stories, her family stories. My husband's watched it and he's pushed me and pushed me. You should do that. You should do that. And I'm like, no, I don't sell things. I don't talk to people on Facebook. I don't, all those things, not in my comfort zone. So my husband I have horses and we barrel race and it's expensive. And he was getting sick and tired of the vet bills and the entry fees. So he's like, I think you really should do that. It would just help out with the bills, with the extracurricular things that we like to do. So I reached out to Steffi G and everything she's told me to do, I've done. And I have a huge community with equine and I have a big family. So they're all supporting me and I've just been reaching out to everybody.
I love it. I love it. So I will say like the horse community is and like barrel racing and rodeos and all that stuff is very similar to motocross community like us. And so it's very, they're tired. Like they go all weekend, right? Go get everything ready throughout the week, go all weekend and go to your normal job on Monday, right? Like
absolutely.
So people that are tired and now you're taking the product and you can turn around and be like, hey, this is not BS. This is real. I want to touch on this. Y'all, she followed Stephanie for 6 years. Stephanie is not quiet on Facebook, okay? Stephanie is not quiet on Instagram. Stephanie is an all-out, out-loud thriver. Like, she thrives. She feels good. That she makes money. Like, she is the ultimate billboard thriver. But yet it took you, Allie, it took you 6 years. So was the holdback just because you were like, oh, I just don't think I could do it, or what?
No, I don't. Yeah, no, that I thought, no, I can't do it. I'm just not, I don't know, not that person, not a salesperson. I'm pretty raw, I guess I should say. I'm very, I don't even know the word I'm looking for. I say too much sometimes. So sometimes I've just learned, like, over the years, just it's just better off that I just keep my mouth shut. But, at the same time, in the last few years too, it doesn't matter. Only what matters is my opinion, and people can take it or leave it. And that's just what I've realized over the last few years. So I just thought, well, now is a good time. I feel like that to try and take this new journey, this new step into life. So
I love it. Okay, so you have a very high PPA right now. You're hitting the bonuses with, I know, like you've hit your VIPs. What
yes,
are you 4K yet?
yes,
Okay, 4K, 12K.
I'm 54% there.
Okay, so it's coming. Okay.
It's coming.
So here's the thing. What are you doing to get these new people? What are you saying? How are you getting people in?
The boot camp videos have been very helpful to me. Just taking their advice, going through my friends list, requesting new friends, probably do a couple a day, a lot of messaging to just people I know and starting conversations with them. Um, I think that's been really big. I know my husband's boss was looking to lose weight. So I had reached out to him, and I just actually got a message from somebody else that he knows is interested. So it's just really been word of mouth and samples. I've been passing out samples, and that's huge. Um, my sister lives in Wisconsin. She started the balance, and she's always had an issue with her stomach. And she's like, I'm down like 4 or 5 pounds in the last 5 days, and so now that passed on to my mom. So now my mom's getting on that. So it's just really word of mouth and getting people on it, getting them to try it. It's huge because like I spread the word this weekend at a barrel race, and I just said, you guys, it is a real thing. Like this isn't BS. It's the real deal. And I don't really tread on that lightly. So it's real. I feel great on it. And I'm not very much of an outpouring person that way. So I think when I'm on Facebook and making these videos and people are seeing that, they're like, oh yeah, she's really coming out of her shell. She must
Yeah.
really feel different. That's how I feel about it. So I'm hoping that that's what it is the videos and getting out there on my Facebook stories.
Well, and I think it's that because, people trust you and they know you. So they know that if you're talking about something when you normally
Right.
aren't that outward, like you said, then they're like,
Yeah.
okay, there must be something to this if it's making her talk out loud about it. So
Right. Yep.
yes, absolutely. Thank you so much. I'm very excited to continue watching your journey, and
Thank you.
you're partnered with Stephanie, so that's an amazing spot to be in. She is awesome and amazing, and I cannot wait to see your journey continue and cheer you on 12K. All right, so we are going to jump over. Joanna, we'll just jump over to you, and then we've got a couple of your girls on. So let's see. Can you unmute? It's not letting you? Okay. I clicked it to unmute. I made y'all co-host. I don't know why it's doing that.
There
There.
you go.
Okay, perfect. I'm like, I don't know if Zoom likes me these last couple weeks, but whatever. We'll figure it out. All right, girl, share with us. There are people on here that don't know who you are, how you started thriving, what's your quick journey, and then let's talk about how you're still getting PPA.
All right. So my name is Joanna Abelos. I am an ER nurse by trade, and I do this business part-time. Before Thrive, I was a tired mom, wife, and nurse juggling 3 jobs. I was commuting 2 to 4 hours a day round trip, depending on traffic, surviving off of coffee for energy, and not knowing anything about gut health. I was watching my friend Ruby for over a year back in 2022, and her stories, just her consistency is what intrigued me. So back in May 1st, 2022, around that time, I made an account with her, but I was super skeptic with the products. I knew it worked for her, but life just kind of happened. With my busy schedule, I just never had the time. I didn't order with her until December of 2022. And I didn't even purchase on auto ship. I was that stubborn and that skeptic. So I paid full price for my detox. I started it for the new year as everyone's New Year's resolution, new me, new beginnings, new everything. So I started that detox on, I want to say January. I just know that my last day was January 18th. So loved it. I fell in love instantly and I lost 4 pounds. That was my goal, to just to lose some extra weight from all the bloating from the coffee that I was drinking. I was literally having like 2 ventis a day. And we all know what that does to our guts. So
And that's expensive.
yeah, I was spending like $20 a day on coffee because I had all the extra pumps of sugars and all the extra stuff that just kind of settled at the bottom. So it's pretty wild. I've been thriving now for a year and 7 months. And so far, so good. I lost 18 pounds, and that's all I really wanted when I started thriving. I just wanted to lose weight. I never really took the business seriously up until I did. And that's when everything just turned into what it is now. Fast forward to a year and 7 months later, I was able to drop down to one nursing job, which is across the street from where I live. I actually just got off work at 7:30 this morning because I work night shift, and I've been surviving off of Thrive. I don't drink coffee anymore. I use my 3 steps. I use Pure. I use Thirst IC. I don't even eat overnight because I'm not hungry. So by the time I go home, I'm ready just to knock out. But today was special. I stayed awake for this call.
I love it. I love it. I will say, I have a friend that's a children's ER nurse practitioner, and she said, after she started thriving, she was like, "It's crazy to look around and realize how all these health professionals, we are the most unhealthy people." She's like, they live on energy drinks, they live on whatever food they can grab during their shift, and I guess that people bring in like donuts or whatever. And she's like, now that she's thriving, she doesn't need that stuff, and she brings healthy food and snacks, that she looks around and is like, gosh, y'all are the most unhealthy people. And so, but let's talk that you've been here now. Let's see, when did you start? 23, right? Okay, so you've been here a year and a half
Yes.
or more, and you're still bringing in new people. So how are you, somebody's been here a year and a half, you're an 80K leader. What are you doing to still bring in new people?
So for me, I have been posting every single day consistently. How I started from day one, I'm still continually doing that every single day. Whether I work, like for example, today, when we get off this call, I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna sleep for probably 2 or 3 hours. And right when I wake up, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna post my capsules. Everyone knows, rise and thrive. I'm awake. And from there, I do my reach outs to all my current customers, the ones who are thriving and loving their journey. With our team culture, we have built this system where we want people to actually love the products. I personally have been trained by Angela Bebe, and she's all about customer service, customer acquisition, all that stuff. So just learning from her is taking care of your customers. And to be able to have a strong foundation in this business, you need to make sure that the products work. And for me personally, I'm a product of the product. Right when I wake up, I'm thriving. Midday, thriving. Before my workout, after my workout, thriving. My food, thrive. Everything is literally thrive. And my stories, I'm constantly posting throughout the day. It's not just thrive all day. I'll share my family, I'll do all that stuff. But at the end of the day, people, like in the very beginning, in the early beginnings, it was really easier to get people like, oh, what are you doing? What is that? But now that I've been, they know that I'm a Thrive girl, I go to them. There's people that I work with, a lot of nurses that I work with, and I see them posting their coffee. And I'm like, you should try Thrive. So then sometimes I'll be like, no, I'm fine. Or sometimes they're like, oh, what is that? So I still focus on GPOT. I still focus on sampling and having that confidence in our products. When people ask me questions, I know exactly what to say when they ask me certain questions. And it's not because I know it all. It's I've educated myself about the product so well. I found that a lot of the questions people have are very repetitive. So I kind of keep that in the back of my brain. And I just remember, like, oh, someone asked me that question and I knew the answer. So it's a lot of just going through their journey, checking on your customers. And from there, you just kind of ask them, like, who else do you think can benefit from what you're feeling? Do you have a sister, a brother, a wife, a husband or parent, kids? Like my son is 21 years old and he's thriving. He cut his Rockstar and Monster energy drinks and his coffee and he's thriving. And even with him, I'm like, Marky, do any of your friends want to thrive? And he's referred people to me. And my husband, he loves a Thrive Journey. He actually just did a men's call yesterday, and I'm tapping into his network now. So it's like there's so many avenues that I haven't even touched yet that I'm just barely getting to. And the posts, and always tells us, like, you need to make your face not just visible on your stories, but you need to make content. You need to make reels, you need to make posts so that people can see you. And I see someone saying ripple effect. That's funny because my husband said the same exact thing yesterday on his call. But it is a ripple effect. You share Thrive, you end up being known as the Thrive girl or guy in your area. Some people will love you, some people will hate you. At the end of the day, they're watching, they're intrigued. Some will thrive with you, some will not, but the right ones will align with you. And you just never know who your next rock star customer will be who ends up promoting with you. And I found that that's what's been able to happen in my business, at least. For example, Yardley will be speaking, and she's actually one of the people that we didn't know each other before Thrive. We just kind of knew each other because of mutual friends. And when we did a welcome call, Angela was like, how do you know Joanna? She was like, well, we don't really know each other, but we know someone's mutual. And, that just shows the power of posting. And I remember I was super shy to post about the business opportunity. All I did before was product, product, product. And Ange actually gave me the idea, like, oh, do something for opportunity. That night at midnight, I had a notification that someone flipped to become a promoter, and that was Yardley. I was like, I don't even know who this girl is, but let me go reach out to her. So that's what I've been doing. It's just a lot of reach outs, never stop GPOT. You always think that, oh, no one wants to thrive with me. I have those days too, but at the end of the day, I'm like, no, they're going to want to thrive with me because I have something here that actually works. And it works because I've been using it for almost 2 years now. My business partners have been on it for what, 5, 6, 7 years, and it works for them. So having that confidence and talking about what you have on the table is what really helps to get people intrigued.
Well, and like thrivers are positive people, right? We're happy people. And so positivity is attractive. And when you're out loud and positive and talking about even not thrive, right? But when you're talking about happy things and positive things and you look happy, people navigate to your page and they want to see more about you and things like that. I want to touch on what you just said about more product focused and nervous to talk about the opportunity. So same. Because when we started this and I was just shouting everything from the rooftops, right? Like how good I felt. Oh my gosh, just hit a bonus. Oh my goodness, so and so just hit a bonus. And so, like our VIP bonuses, because we didn't have the other bonuses then. But oh my gosh, I got paid on Tuesday, so much. But there was some negativity about that, and some people got in my head, and so I kind of shied away from it and really led more with the product, just because the product changed my life so much in a very short amount of time that I really was more product focused. But I've noticed when because it's hard to post about the opportunities. You're like, well, what do I say without looking like I'm bragging, so you want to make it about what can they do, so switching it to back, like, not having to check my bank account when I went to the grocery store. Not having to only get half a tank of gas, not, or even only $10 worth of gas, because today $10 in gas would only get you down the street. Things like that, like the things that are affecting people right now, not the paid cash for a 20-day vacation, like nobody cares about that. They may want that, but you know what I mean? So switching it to starting with that, what can be achieved that helps them right now in the groceries and things like that. And I've noticed when I post about our auto bonus, more people ask questions. And I always thought, gosh, I post about my auto bonus. Like I've earned it for, 10 and a half years. So every second Tuesday, are people going to get annoyed about me posting about a car? And those are the ones, even my friend, the ER nurse, that's when she was like, well, Sean has the exact same truck your husband has. So could I really earn that auto bonus for his truck? I'm like, absolutely. That's what drew her in. It wasn't the product. It was, hey, that'd be awesome to take this car payment off our hands, So you just never know what's going to draw somebody in. Jenna, do you have anything else before we move on?
Let me see here. I think that was about it. I mean, just don't give up. Just focus on GPOT. When you feel stuck, just go back to the basics. Share Thrive, share why you love it, and just go from there.
Yes, go back to the basics, y'all. And I know sometimes that's hard. That's what's been so great about this September to Remember boot camp. If you're in it, it's getting me to go back to the basics, the things that I maybe overcomplicated after being here for so long. And it's helping me to go back and just, yeah, this is what you do every day. This is the consistency. And it helps me to kind of get out of my own head and stop being my own blocking. All right. So Brianne, let's jump over to you. Thank
Hi
you,
there.
Joanna. All
Hi,
right.
everyone.
Oh my gosh, you're so stinking cute. Okay. Share with us, same thing.
Okay.
Okay, do you go by Bree or Brianna?
I go by both, but I like Brie.
Bree. Okay, well,
Yeah.
because I see Angela, she's like, Bree. Okay, so all right, Bree. We love to hear your story. Share, how'd you get started? Who brought you in? And how long did it take?
Okay, so everyone, I'm Brie or Brienne. You can call me whatever. I'm from the Bay Area in California, and I've been thriving for 5 months. I was in corporate for 10 years, and last year I decided to drop out of that and become a substitute teacher. I had to only work part-time because I have a special needs son, and he needs more time with me, and I have to shuttle him back and forth to therapy and school and everything. So before Thrive, I was burnt out. I was overweight. I was grumpy. I was tired. I was a little bit of everything. So, I only thought about my son's needs before my own, and I put myself last. I knew something had to change. And then I saw my cousin Abby posting about Thrive. I was just watching her stories, and right away I said, you know what, Abby, make me lose some weight. That's all I wanted at first. So, not knowing that Thrive would change my life, besides just the number on the scale. So, besides that, I'm down 20 pounds. So, I'm loving life. I hit the 12K rank and I have the VIP auto bonus now. So it's really exciting. It was love at first sip. I was a day one thriver. And I knew if others could find success, why not me? I always just believe in myself. I'm not that shy when it comes to that. I just, if everyone could do it, so could I. So I have a list of tips I have for new thrivers and promoters is just reach out, share, closed mouths don't get fed, be consistent. People will forget about your stories if you're not consistent. So just constantly share your journey, share your family, share your life. And I show my 3-step routine every morning. Well, probably 90% of my mornings. Some mornings are crazy. And I would say follow up. Following up is the scariest part for me. I pause before I send a DM. I'm still scared of it, but it's the only way to reach out to new people. I usually follow up with people who have been liking my post or showing support in my stories, and I'll ask them, have you tried Thrive? Do you want a sample? Or, I just start the conversation or compliment their family. And last, don't worry about what people think. Just go for it and be yourself.
I love that. Okay, so first of all, I don't know that I've ever heard love at first sip before, but I'm totally borrowing that. And then, okay, what was that last thing that you just said? Say it again.
Don't worry about what people think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you elaborate on that? Like, how do you get over that or move forward with that?
To be honest, I think that your people are thinking too hard. People aren't caring really what you post. Just do it scared.
That's it. Perfect.
Yeah.
You're scared. Okay. Any last tips, tidbits, anything you want to add?
Um, just be authentic. No one wants a sugar-coated version of you. Just be you when you're posting.
Oh my gosh, you have like the cutest stuff. Okay. I'm like, okay, no sugar coated version. Love it first sip. Like, I'm loving it. All right. Awesome. Thank you so much, Bree. It was
Thank
a
you for
pleasure to
having me.
learn from you. Okay, we are jumping right over to Yardley. Yardley, share with us how long you've been thriving. How did you start? Same kind of thing.
Hi, so my name is Yardley. I'm sorry, I'm very shy, I would say, but I try to, to show that I'm confident, even though deep inside me, I'm really, really shy right now. But yeah, so I've been thriving since June. I just always follow Joanna, and my main goal really is to lose weight because I have three little kids. I have three toddlers right now, and whenever I look at the mirror, I was like, what happened to me? Like, I can't fit in my clothes and I don't look in my clothes. So when I saw Joanna, I was like, oh, what happened to her? She looks good. So I was like, oh, let me click on that link. And so when I was, just browsing about it, and I was like, get paid to sample or to be a thrift. So I was like, oh, I want to get paid. So because I've always been in networking as well. I've been a sales manager at AT&T as well. So I've even used ACN. I sell ACN before. So I was like, okay, let me just do this. And then after a few days, Joanna messaged me, and then I still haven't done anything. He's like, hey, today's the last day. He was like, oh, let me do it. So because I was skeptical, I was like, okay, let me see. But it worked for Joanna. And my husband actually helped me out. I was like, babe, so should we do it? He's like, just do it. Just give it a shot. I was like, okay, fine, let's just do it. So I purchased, and then day one, I actually had my husband tried it too. I know it says women's, but then my husband's like, what's gonna happen to me if I take this? It's like, no, it's the same thing. They said it's only the caffeine content. So I was like, okay. So he loves it. I loved it. I was like, babe, how do you feel? I was like, I feel good. And then me too, I feel good. I'm like, I want to clean the whole house. So it's just that feeling. I really enjoyed it. So I just continued it. And then from there, I'd learned about the VIP bonuses, and I just didn't stop from there. I was like, I want to make this happen. I want to contribute to our mortgage, to our bills. Because I'm also an esthetician. I do have my small clinic, but it's really hard for me to go to work. My job is about an hour and 20 minutes away, and I have to take the kids to school. So it's so hard for me to work. So I have to figure out something on how am I going to contribute to the household. So I told my husband I want to do this. And from there, it's just been helping me out a lot, helping the family a lot. And for me, getting people, I started doing a lot of DMs. So I direct messaged them. I was consistently posting. I followed the Thrive thing, at least three posts. I actually go to, the marketing tracker, like have you reach out to this much people of this. So I do that. And I just always prepare myself to get rejected. I know rejection is inevitable for this kind of field that we have, but I was like, it shouldn't define my success, and I just have to do it. And it's true that, yes, you just have to be authentic and tell the truth to them, you know, your experience. And I like that what you guys said, that thrivers are positive. Because before, I, you know, when I was like tired, I went out to my IG posting some quote about, you know, ranting, you know, like, oh, this and this and this. But then I figured, like, what, that sounds so negative, and I really just have to be positive about life and see the good in everything. So yes, that's about it. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Okay. So if somebody were to say, well, I just don't know how to get people, I don't know how to talk to people or get new people, what would you say to them on how to get new people on Thrive?
I would just say, you just, you know, you just have to tell them your experience. So why you actually joined Thrive and why you decided, you know, you just share them you don't really have to sell. You, because you being showing your energy and the positivity, that's it. So if they see you, that there is a change in you, they're gonna buy into that. But
Mm-hmm.
if you're like, oh, you know what, this Thrive Help, like, no, it's not gonna make, it's not gonna help out. So you just have to show them the change in you, the experience that you experience. Like me, when I share it, like, oh gosh, you're gonna like it. Like my day one, I'm so excited. I like the feeling. Like I don't get up, you know, I get up usually like, oh, here we go again. You know, same day, same day. And but now I'm actually excited to take my step one because I like the feeling of it. So yeah, you just have to just keep telling people your experience. They're actually buying you, not the product. So if they
Right.
see you doing that, then yes, okay, get me into that one. I want your positivity, I want your energy.
Mm-hmm. It's such a great reminder, you know, people buy you before they buy your product. So what about you, as you know, are you posting that's bringing people to you and then essentially to your product? So I think that's a great reminder. Okay, thank you so much, Yardley. I was like, I think I'm gonna sneeze. Okay. So anybody that of y'all that have already spoken, do you have any last minute tips, tricks, reminders, anything you want to say to anybody? Um Angela Bebe, I see that you're on here. Do you want to say anything? Anyone? Let's see. I need to find Angela. Where are you at? There she is. Okay. Angela, do you want to unmute? Can you?
Hi. Happy
Hi.
Tuesday. Okay, you guys, thank you
I
for
love calling on you just randomly.
Oh my God, you guys, I'm not even ready because I'm gonna be Molly the maid today because today my goal is to clean my room. Okay. But let me share with you guys my excitement because I'm really proud of all of you guys. Allie, Joanna, Bree, Yardley, just because we do have the blueprint on how to get to find success in your everyday and level different steps, but it really takes somebody to be willing to put in the work, to put in, it's not, I like to say it's not easy, but what is easy today is never rewarding, right? And what is hard today makes a better tomorrow. So really, guys, you will always hear us like in their stories, but really it was them. They're thriving. As you guys can see, I was like watching them, you could see them just, it's natural, right? And this is what I wish for everybody, that authenticity of just naturally growing and glowing and being the product of the product. Really, you guys, people are ready when they are ready. Like when they're really tired of being tired, just like Yardley was like, I'm tired of being negative. I want that energy. You become the product of the product. And what Joanna said, we are so cultured here, you guys. During my journey too, you guys, I've learned How I built my business back then is so different on how I build my business today. I'm huge on customer service just because if you guys know how to lead step by step, like you got to crawl before you walk, walk before you jog, jog before you run, right? I teach people the necessary steps, right? It's about leading people where they're at. And that's exactly what they do, you guys. We are heavy on customer acquisition and customer service, you guys, but we are a really mighty quality team. We are a team of culture that really takes care of people. And I will say, I'm so proud of you guys. I'm so proud that, it takes so much heart. And I've said this today, we can have all the systems, the tools. Lavelle gives us everything. We can leverage, everything in place for us to succeed. But in order for you guys to really find retention, sustainability, and a purposeful business, to building that foundation is being people and heart centered. Okay, you guys, it is about the people. So it is really about getting people on Thrive, helping them love Thrive, also helping them enjoy their rep experience too, you guys. So the rep experience is actually, yes, Lavelle and the products, it changes our lifestyle, but the rep experience is impactful. It is money abundance. I'm always like telling them, I always go on social media every day, you guys. I could be like, oh my God, I'm a broken record, but I'm not, because yes, I share the same things daily, but I have been sharing the same, like my same vision, my same mission for every single day for the last like over 5 years. But you can see the excitement is because through the lives of the people like Joanna, Bree, Amber. See Amber, it's so, I commend you for still, being so present, you guys. It is the people that are still here and really doing the dang thing. So I would say this, we always go on these calls and learn these things. I would say, don't focus on Joanna or Amber or Ange or Bree, right? Focus on where you're at. Get good. Don't cool it. Okay. Don't cool it. You got to get good at where you're at, maintaining and nurturing, and also have that healthy PPA. I tell my team all the time, you work for your team does not work for you. The accessibility that they have for you is a gift, right? We teach people we teach the next personal purposeful person, right? And that is about quality people, right? The goal is, let's say you GPOT, but opportunities are created by you. The goal is to duplicate that system, and that's how you scale, right? I even shared, like I said, purposeful person, you guys. How do you know who to run with? You guys focus on your journey, right? And I just went on a one call and I said this to Stephanie. I was just like, kind of like what Yardley said, people actually don't join you of how you started or the fucking time. Sorry, my potty mouth. I'm not sorry, by the way. I'm not sorry, because that's why I love Lavelle, because I'm able to curse and be myself. But they don't follow you for the accolades or, because you're or no, they follow because they see the changes in you, that you're authentic, that I am messy, I am human. They follow you because you're leading your life. And if you guys are on Thrive already and you're new, you're already one step ahead of somebody. So you are a leader. So I want you guys to think about that. You already found vitamins that really changed your everyday life. So they follow you because of that documentation that you took ownership. I said this too, people back in the days, they teach, people follow you because they know, like, and trust factor. That's not the case during this time, you guys. People will actually join you for respect. They respect what you do. And, I'm going to leave it at this. People are so scared to be salesy, so scared to share their product, so scared to share opportunity. Normalize that, you guys. Once you normalize, yes, I'm in sales. Thank you to all of my customers, my team, for supporting my family. Once you normalize that, you start attracting a community that, is attracted to you. Right. And then you can convert that. How do you convert that? People don't care about your freaking grid online, you guys. They care about the capacity of how you can connect to a human being, you guys. That is really the case. Like for me too, I have taught the next person. How can you convert? We're going to run out of warm market. We run out of hot market. Forget about it, y'all. You do year rounds, right? When they're ready, the only time you go back is to see if they're ready to come with you. And if they're not, love them where they're at. But don't be afraid to provide that still. Don't cross them off because you never know, right? But I always focus on creating in the now, providing a present and the future forward, right? Who is your next future thrivers? I always speak that into existence too, to my new, my existing, my future thrivers. Where are you at? So it really is having an optimistic mindset. So lead your people and believe in them. And I'm so proud of you, team. I'm so proud of the culture. And the culture it speaks volumes, you guys. I'm telling you, we have like 6 customer acquisitions on our team. 6. And Abby is actually one of our rock stars too, you guys. She had 40 customer acquisition, but they're not only customer acquisition, they're builders too, you guys. They build businesses. So you can do both. Don't cross yourself off. But before this, we've taught them customer acquisition so they knew how to take the necessary steps to take care of people. So don't compare yourself, just take yourself back to that.
I love it. I love it. And I love that you threw in don't compare yourself because, there's so much where we see, oh, well, this person's on the PPA or they have this big of a PPA or this or that. And one thing, comparison can be the thief of joy. And if you have a brand new person, if you have somebody in your PPA, or even if you have a customer that hasn't thrived in years and has come back to thrive with you, like restarted their thrive, that's a win. Like every person you get back thriving or you get introduced to thriving, that's a win. It doesn't matter if somebody else has one more than you or this much or whatever. For you and your journey, that's a win. Celebrate the win and go, okay, how can I find some more, right? Be coachable. That's one thing Ali said, right? Be coachable. Listen, if you're not in the September boot camp to remember, I challenge you to get in there. Yes, it is the 24th of the month. We have 6, 7 more days, whatever, however many days are in September. But the videos are all there. You can go back. You can start with day 1. Utilize those. We're going to have files as this comes to an end. We'll get everything set up to where you can click files and see everything that people utilize as far as scripts and printables and all of that. Okay, so one thing Joanna said stood out. Who else can benefit from what you're feeling? So asking that question to your promoters, to your customers, right? Because when you say, oh, who wants to thrive with you? Or, oh, you just need 2 people to thrive for free. Who do you know? They're like, yeah, it's like deer in the headlights, right? Who else can benefit from what you're feeling? So when you ask them, like, what's your story? What are you noticing? How good do you feel? Oh my gosh, I'm sleeping for the first time in forever all night long. Who else do you know that could benefit from sleeping, girl? Like, who else do you know that could have the patience with their kids? Whatever they're telling you their story is, who else do they know? Because they're going to go, man, you know what? My group of moms, we meet for coffee or we do this or that, or we have play dates and everybody's tired, everybody's exhausted, or they're all talking about how expensive their coffee is. Like, who else can benefit from what you're feeling? I think that's such a great reminder to ask. I'm love at first sip. But do it scared, be authentic, be yourself, right? Be you. Not everybody can be Angela Bebe. There's only one of those. Okay. But there's only one Susan Kaufman. There's only one Allie. Like, guys, be yourself. Learn from others, be coachable, but be you, right? Who are you in this world and who relates to you? Okay. Let's see. Consistent posting, direct messages, something that I had slipped away from. I've had a lot of things going on this year. And I realized, you know what? My PPA is a representative right now because when I realized all this, it wasn't very good. Of the work I'm not doing. So getting back in and doing the work. And for me, that was getting back in conversations. Not all about Thrive, but getting back in conversations and people's stories and things like that, adding people and getting into conversations with them, whether it's about their super cute shoes or their, oh my gosh, that baby, those cheeks, like whatever it is, because those are things that I'm just like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. Well, I got into point where I just would scroll and not really comment or say or get back into interacting with them. So my challenge for myself doing the boot camp has been getting back into interacting. And guess what? My PPA is going back up. So that's the thing, catch yourself, realize what you're not doing if you feel like, oh, I can't get anybody to thrive with me or this or that. Be honest with yourself, do a self-assessment. What are you not doing that you were doing when it was working and when people were coming to you? Okay. Thank you all so much. I'm so excited. Oh, wait. Okay. Hold on. We have a question. Let's see. My issue is turning regular convos into Thrive convos because I get so scared. Okay. Here's what I'm going to say. And then if anybody on the panel wants to jump into this, just unmute and go right ahead. But here's what I'll say on turning regular conversations into Thrive conversations. One, are you an apparent thriver? Like, do they know that you're thriving? Do they know? Are you consistent? And remember, not just posting in stories or not just posting in feed, because some people only view stories. I have a large group of my Facebook, my friend, people my age, they don't do stories. They don't click that button. I don't know if it's not on their feed or if they don't know how to do it, but they only scroll. And so like, I have to make sure that I'm thriving here and thrive here, right? Like I have to make sure that I'm doing all the things in all the places. But with that conversation question, I would say, one, make sure that you are your billboard as well, be a human and a thriver. But also, are you looking at them? Are you interacting with them in the sense of what are they posting about? Like most people, they're going to post about how they feel old or they feel tired or they have no energy or, oh my gosh, these kids are wearing me out. I'm so glad they went back to school. That right there is a clue. Mama, you need this sticker that helps with patience, right? Like point to the black label, like, and relating in the sense of, oh my goodness, I can relate to that, right? Like if they're talking about certain things, don't be scared. Just, I can relate to that. I used to be tired. I used to not sleep at night. I used to be less patient. I used to snap at my kids. I used to barely keep my eyes open in meetings. Like whatever it is, flip that. And, or I used to hate sitting in the coffee line. I used to hate going to the grocery store. I had to check my debit card, right? Like whatever that relative thing is. And like these girls said, don't care what others think. Don't be scared. Do it scared, really. Do it scared. Missy Driver has always said, what are they going to do? Take away your birthday? Like, ain't nobody taking away your birthday. And if they like unfriend you because you shared Thrive with them, well, then that was on them, right? Like, don't be scared of that. Let's see. Scared is validating you're on the right path. Yes, exactly. When you're scared, that's when you do it. Go for the nose. Yes. And I don't think we've talked about that enough lately. Go for the nose. How many no's can you get? Not just, well, how many sales can I get? How much PPA can I get? No, go for the nose, right? If you can get 20 no's, you're that much closer to a yes. And if you get 20 no's, I'm going to bet there's probably a yes in those 20. So, okay. Thanks again, everybody. The recording will be up later. Happy Tuesday. You got about 10 minutes till payday. Last week was pretty darn amazing in sales. So I want to hear y'all shouting out how celebratory Lavelle's birthday week was and what you can do with that this week. Bye, y'all.